everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for supporting Bootown. Give it up to your host, who's brought to us by some station at NPR, obviously. Funny because it's true. Hi. Thank you. Seriously, give yourselves a round of applause for supporting us. I'm on the board for Bootown, and it's my pleasure to be able to do that because I love these people that do all these things. This story is read to you by Emily Hynds, who I wish I was married to because she makes really good food. It's true. Ask her to cook for you. Okay, Steven knows what I'm talking about. That's her boyfriend. I got home from work the other night around 3:30 a.m. I am always creeped out when I get home this late. Always. No matter what. Mostly because it's dark and I'm alone, but also because one time I got home and I went to let my dog out to the front door to pee, and she ran straight for a strange man standing on the sidewalk. Now, obviously homeless. Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack, he exclaimed. What are you doing here? Was all I could manage. I think he would have kept talking to me, but my dog scared him away. Anyways, I walked up to my front steps that night, tired, probably a little drunk, and definitely drowsy from allergies. And then a giant bug flew directly at my face, thunked into my chest, and fell down into my dress. I had no idea at this point whether it was a roach, a giant bee, a small bat, what have you. I'm gonna need that all. Anyways, freaking out, I dropped all of my things to the ground and jumped up and down, shaking and wiggling and maybe crying a little, trying to get this bug out of my dress. No way in hell was this little asshole going inside with me. Finally, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna put it here. I'm nervous. Finally, I stopped and held very still. I felt nothing on me, no sound, and I saw nothing crawling nearby. I must have gotten it out and scared it away with my terrifying bug repellent dance. I picked up my things and I went inside. I went to the bedroom where my dog was waiting for me on the bed. And that's when I felt it. A little flutter inside the front of my dress. I shouted, but not too loud because my roommate was sleeping. Threw down all of my things again and began tearing off my clothes and throwing them around. It was a moth. Topical for me. Typecast much? Anyways, it was a moth. Not too large, but large enough. It was sitting on my stomach, and when I took off my dress, it flew around and started circling my room. Every few seconds, it would head back toward my face, and I would karate chop at it and jump out of the way. My dog thought this was the greatest game in the world and was so happy. All I wanted was to murder this moth and go to sleep. Probably crying. After a few minutes, the moth stopped dive bombing my face, and I looked around, still alert, karate chop hands ready, and waiting for the next attack. My enemy was caught in one of the spider webs in the corner of my room, and I felt an overwhelming sense of morbid glee. I have never been so happy that I left those spiders alone when they set up camp. Silently, I encouraged my new spider best friend to slay the moth that had so tortured me. I happily and with great relief brushed my teeth and went to bed. The next morning when I woke up, I checked the web just to make myself feel better. But the moth was gone. I knew in my heart of hearts that there was no way that tiny spider could have gotten rid of the moth that quickly overnight, but forced myself to think nothing of it and move on. And I did. All day I didn't think about the moth except to tell a few people, mostly because it was terrifying and everyone can relate. No one likes to get attacked by a sizable bug very late at night when they are all alone. I didn't think much of it at all until the next morning when I woke up and this moth, the very same moth that had so tormented me 2 nights before, was sitting peacefully on my pillow right next to my face. I stayed frozen, not wanting to disturb it or wake it up or whatever. Do bugs even sleep? I was so tired and so over this whole moth ordeal. I considered going back to sleep and hoping it would just go away by the time I woke up again. The moth was beautiful. I had never seen one alive up close before, only dead ones in cases. The color was dusty brown. On each wing were 2 shiny silver jewels, and it wasn't nearly as big as I had made it out to be. I couldn't kill it. What if this was some reincarnated soul trying to make final contact with me? I used a bowl and a piece of paper, as you do with reincarnated souls, to catch it and let it go outside. It barely moved at all, so it was probably dying anyways. How long do moths live? I don't know. But I did feel sorry for it for some reason, and for how I had treated him/her. And for how happy I had been when he/she got caught in the spider web. It was, after all, just a moth. Thank you.